What's up, guys? Um, I'm back, obviously. Um, Today I just figured we'd do a nice chill stream, talk about a few different things, and maybe talk about current life events with myself, my thoughts on certain things, whatever, and just chillax, man. So, I kind of lost count on how long I've been on my HRT. I mean, I know it's definitely already been over a year now. I don't really keep track of it anymore because, it's like with other things. After you've started doing something for over a year ago, it just doesn't make sense to keep track after that 1 year. But, everything's been going kind of smoothly as far as my transition is going. Um, the only things I have to do left now are legally change my name and get my bottom surgery, which won't be for another couple years because I'm still trying to save for that. Um, as far as other stuff goes, my birthday is gonna be coming up in a few weeks. It's on the 10th next month. Um, so for any of you who are watching this, then give a shout out for me if you feel up for it and all that good stuff. Um, Emotionally, I haven't been so great. Um, I just got out of a relationship with a very awesome guy like a few more days ago, and it was mostly my fault because I let my emotional mess with everything that's been going on get in the way of our relationship, and I'm somewhat beating myself up over it, but at the same time not really, because I know deep down I forced this upon myself. There's no one else to blame but me. We had some great times together, me and him, but like all things, it eventually comes to an end. He's off doing his own thing as of now, like just like I am, like anyone else would be. I truly wish him to keep having a great life, and that's that. Um, our relationship ending it didn't really get me down like it usually would for people. Because like I said, I kind of saw it coming, so. In other news, as far as my emotional mess goes, ever since a few days before Christmas, all I've been thinking about is how torn up my family is on both sides. Excuse me. And also thinking about all the really nice people that used to be friends with, all these other people that I've lost, etc. I mean, there was a couple times recently that I dwelled so much on my past and all that other crap that I kind of started losing sight of what I plan to do with my future. And that's actually a quote I've heard people say before to me is the more that you look to your past, the more you lose sight of your future, and I really don't want that. I've been trying to set up a therapist so I can get this shit straight and fix everything, but it seems my usual person I talk to has gone AWOL. 'Cause, yeah, I did miss a couple appointments I set up with her, but she hasn't called me back for nothing. I don't know. I'm really trying to find someone new, then it's whatever. Sometimes you just gotta do what you can, like they say. But yeah, I've been so focused on the people I've lost, how torn up my family is, how I don't really get to celebrate any holidays anymore with any of my family. I mean, family is everything, right? But I don't know. I just don't know. It's just a lot. It's a real lot. So much has changed that I just don't know what to make of it all. I know that one thing is for certain. I can't be left alone to think about these things for too long, because then I just start wailing and it doesn't look pretty. I'm just trying to do the best I can every day. Um, as far as like, going completely off topic here, po let's talk politics just for a second, because why the hell not? Trump is almost always the biggest topic in politics every day, and the guy is already just about served out his term, so I don't know why people have bitched about him being in office all this time. I always tell people, I mean, would you rather have Trump or Hillary? I mean, they're both equally shit candidates, but we really didn't have any choice in the matter. Uh, excuse me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't support the guy, but I also don't hate him. I'm just neutral. Like, me personally, I don't feel that he has affected me in my everyday life in any way. So, I can't really hate someone that doesn't affect me like that, so. Um, I don't know what the new candidates are gonna be like. I haven't heard anything, because I don't usually watch the news or anything. I just hear what is said from other people. Excuse me. Oh, that's something else we could talk about. This other game I play called APB Reloaded. A lot of my subs I know me from there. And today what happened was this one player was saying some in the chat like, "Oh, you're such a clout chaser." And I'm sitting there saying to this guy, I don't even know what that means. Like, a lot of what people say on APB is just a lot of gibberish because there's so many slurred words that I see people say. They just, it's as if the English language was completely butchered on that game. Everyone's got their own little thing going on, but if you're gonna talk to me, at least, like, make it so I can understand you. Because I have no idea what the hell clout is. I don't have any idea what it means um, to murk or wreck someone. I just, I don't understand that. I don't understand why we feel the need to have code names for all these other words. I don't really know. I really don't. People are freaking weird. Also, speaking of APB, for some reason, all of today, the lag was just unbelievable. Like, usually it's already unbelievable, but today it felt way more so than usual. It's as if there was someone, like, fucking with the game today, and I didn't understand that. I guess it can't be helped. APB, everyone always says, and I always say that it has so much potential. It has so much potential to be a great game if it would just be bought up by a large enough company. Because I've had someone tell me this before, and I agree with them. Little Orbit is a very small scale company, and because of that, they don't have the tools to make the proper changes that the game needs. And it's also kind of sad because I'm sure most of you know that APB won't ever be bought up by one of those large companies out there like Treyarch or Respawn or any of those, or Activision, etc. Because they're already busy with all these other games of theirs that are already a big hit. They don't have the time to spare to fix up a small scale game that it is. I don't blame them. But that's enough about APB, because if I get too into it, it's just gonna get me frustrated. That game is, it's addicting in a bad way. Like, I love the game for how it looks, how it feels. It's just a major performance issue that would make that makes shit, I can't even speak today. That makes everyone so upset. But on another note, when I come on to Final Fantasy XIV, I love this game. I love it more than any other game I've ever played. It's just that recently, a few months ago, I've slowly been losing interest for a few different factors. Like, I'll still come on here occasionally. I don't come on here as much now because everything has felt like one huge major grind. and after a while that grind can get very boring. I remember watching a YouTube video of one of my favorite Final Fantasy YouTubers named Mioni. He's basically the go-to person on anything Final Fantasy related. You go to him if you want to check him out if you have anything you're wondering about with Final Fantasy. But I was checking one of his videos out the other day, and he was basically saying the same thing. He was like, yeah, if you get into this game and you don't mix in other stuff with the usual normal grind, this game can really wear you out and you won't want to play it as much. That's basically what happened to me. It's just been one huge repetitive thing lately, so I mean, I try my best to like get on here and do my dailies so I can get all my tombstones and stuff, so I can get all my gear. I don't know. But even though that's happened, this game is still on the top of my list for one of my favorites. It's so well designed. Its performance is so great. There's never really an issue with anything because Square Enix is always on top of everything. How you can make your character look is really cool. All the glamour items in here, like all the different gear pieces, are pretty cool. All the mounts and just the way the game feels in general, it's really cool. A lot of the people that I've talked to about this game, just were like, because they didn't like the idea of having to pay $15 a month with real money for a sub to keep playing this game, and I always try to tell people you get what you pay for, you know? They're, like I was saying, Square Enix is always on top of FF14 every day, and sometimes even some of the dev team looks at Reddit and the other blog sites for the comments that people say because they like being aware of what their player base is saying and what they expect out of them, because that's how cool they are like that. But yeah, you get what you pay for with this game. To me, it's really fun. I mean, it's an MMORPG, so again, that's a genre that's not for everyone. But I think they still have the free-to-play trial thing on the PlayStation Store. If you do want to check out the game, they'll have it to where you get on, you download the game, you make a character, however the way you want it to look, you jump in, and you get to play your character up until it hits level 30 to see how you like the game. But yeah. Another game news, I am planning on buying the somewhat new game. It came out like a few months ago, named Sniper Ghost Contracts or something like that. It's pretty much just a huge sniper game. Like, you go in, you do various missions and do these contracts, they're called, for cash, so you can buy different gear and better snipers and stuff. And I think I might do one or two videos on there just to have my own intake on that. I also am planning on getting Last of Us Part 2. That's coming out next month. I really wish I was able to pre-order it, but I don't think it's gonna happen this time around. I'm pretty poor right now. Um, I also want to get Death Stranding. I know that game has had a lot of hype from people. I hear great things about it. I know that the main character in the game is um, Daryl from The Walking Dead, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, what else? I got quarters into Darksiders 3, which was free to download for me like a couple months ago because I had PS Plus, and it was like the current week's free to play games. It's pretty cool how they do that for PS Plus now. I remember a long time ago they didn't do that. But every week if you have PS Plus, they come out with different free to download games where you can add them to your library and just check those out. And I was able to get like 4 or 5 games for free that were somewhat old, but they were still cool to check out. So Darksiders 3 being one of those. I played through that so far 3/4 in, and it's a decent game. But it's not something that I would play a lot of because of how the combat system is. Because you know how like most of the new games, they have it to where the combat system it's not just a full-on attack. You have to dodge, you have to parry at just the right time. You have different weapons that you have to use for certain situations, etc. And that's what Darksiders combat system is like because, you know, and I'm a person that has a very hard time trying to dodge at the right moment. So I haven't been on Darksiders in a while, but it's a decent game. Don't get me wrong. I have a very hard time with the combat system. I also got into Titanfall 2 a little bit. I thought it was pretty cool because I'm a huge Apex Legends player. I play it just about every day, and it's really cool to go back to the roots of where a game came from, because that's how it is for Apex. Because a lot of things in Apex come from Titanfall, and I'm sure a lot of you knew that for people who played Apex. So playing it in your Titan and going around, you know, shooting all these really cool looking guns. It's fun. I go on there on that sometimes with the multiplayer too. Occasionally I play BO3 multiplayer still. I know it's a kind of an old kind of an old Call of Duty game at this point, but it's still pretty fun. It has its perks, that's all. Well, that about does it for talking about various things and just chilling on here, talking with you guys, forever's watching. The next time I do a video won't be for another week, so I think I might try doing something different, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see you guys then, and like, comment, sub, whatever you guys feel like doing. Take care, guys. Bye!